Hello. Today we're going to kind of walk through and explain to you guys how we plan our Disney trips in hopes that it will maybe get you guys' foot in the door for planning your Disney trips. Now, there's no way to plan a Disney trip the wrong way, but the way we do it is just the way we do it, and that's how we like it. Yeah, it's not anything that you probably can't find online, but these are just some of our experiences and why we plan our trip the way we plan our trip.
Yeah, anything that we're going to say in this video is widely distributed online, can be found with a simple Google search. However, we've kind of put them together. We now get this information together. So first thing on our docket that we're going to talk about is the My Disney Experience app.
It is so good. It's a good app. It's free. It is your best friend when you're planning a Disney trip and when you're on your Disney vacation. It's a map. It shows you all the ride wait times. It shows you where characters are meeting and greeting. You can make dinner reservations. You can look at every restaurant menu. You can get actual walking directions if you get lost in the park, because it is big and you will get lost at some point. It shows you where bathrooms are. It's just a very handy dandy tool to keep in your tool belt.
Yeah, it does a lot of things. Before you even go to the park, you can see things on there that maybe you haven't seen before, see restaurants, see the rides, and get a good layout and feel for it. Because your first time can be overwhelming if you don't know where everything is. Now I've been only twice, but I feel like I could go anywhere even without the map sometimes.
But he's very good directionally. I will get lost every time without it.
Yeah, and it's very accurate with the ride times. It's not 100%, but it's close.
Pretty close, yeah.
Pretty close.
And then if you download it before your trip, you can kind of get a feel at what rides are busy at what time, so you can kind of keep that in mind when you are planning out what rides you want to plan out on at what times, if that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Second thing we're going to talk about is picking a correct date or a more appropriate date for your needs. There are busier months than others, with summer being a really big one. The holidays are pretty big as well, and then other months not so much.
Yeah, usually any time that school is out is a busy time at Disney. Christmas break, Thanksgiving break, summer break. The lowest crowd months at Disney are January, February,
September,
weekdays in October, and the beginning of November and the beginning of December. The reason that we like to go in October is because it's my birthday week and it's the time for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And if you guys want, we'll make a whole nother video about the Not So Scary Halloween Party and why we love it. Let us know down below if you want that. It's just a really cool time to go. We did go in November last year on our Disney trip, but when we went, it wasn't so close to Thanksgiving break that it made a huge crowd difference, but it was busier than when we go in October.
Understand that if you go during a seasonal time, yeah, you're gonna have more influx of guests that are going, but you're also gonna get that kind of ambience, the holidays and stuff.
So on to hotels.
There are 3 tiers to the hotels: the value, the moderate, and the deluxe. Each of them ranging in different styles, different kind of themes and things like that, but they're all going to have the same basic features that you would find at a hotel.
They're livable hotel rooms.
Yeah, they're pretty comfortable.
Yeah, which is all you're really looking for when you're going on a Disney vacation. The hotel that you're staying at, I cannot stress this enough, doesn't matter when you're on a Disney vacation, because you're only there to go to sleep, wake up, and get ready to go the next day. The 2 times that we've gone together previously, we've stayed at deluxe hotels. This coming October, we're staying in a value hotel that I stayed in on my very first Disney trip, and it is still very nice. The theming is awesome, the pools are awesome, it's nice, and it doesn't matter because you're not ever there. It doesn't really matter if it's 5-star or not.
I'd say 85% of the time I was just asleep in the room.
I would say 99% of the time.
Yeah, it's just, you're walking so much and doing so much at the park, and it's usually a full day, I would hope. That's all we ever did there was sleep, because there's just so much going on during the day.
So if that's something that you do like to have and you can afford to do it, go ahead and do it, but it's not gonna affect your Disney trip if you can't. And the next one is kind of a quick one that we'll just touch on, is flying. Opt to not drive. We've driven to Florida before. It's kind of miserable. It's a very long drive. But if you're booking a flight, all I'm gonna say about that is don't book with Disney. Love you, Disney, but your flights are way overpriced.
Something that makes it easy for travel with Disney is they let you link your flight with your stay. They have buses that get you from the airport to the hotel, and it's complimentary.
It's called the Disney Magical Express. It doesn't matter where you're flying from. Anytime you fly into Orlando International Airport, you will follow the signs that say go to Disney Magical Express. They will put you in a line, put you on a bus, they take your luggage to the hotel, so you don't have to worry about that.
They make it easy. Like, they take your luggage straight to the hotel room. You won't see it again until it's at your hotel room. So if you're gonna use that service, be sure you wear what you wanna wear going into the park that day, because sometimes your hotel room isn't ready until 3, maybe 4 p.m. So plan on that. Plan on that luggage taking just a little bit longer if you say get there at like 11 a.m. or 10 a.m.
Which is what we normally do.
Do.
We try to get an early flight to spend as much time in the day at the park as possible.
The biggest one, in my opinion, that's gonna come down to on this list is planning your days and how you plan them. And that goes from what rides you're gonna ride, what park you're gonna be at, and where you're gonna eat and what you're gonna be doing there. Something that's super helpful is to look at the park hours. And that depends on which park you plan on being that day. They have extra magic hours certain days, and you probably wanna be down for those hours to spend more time at the park.
Yeah, and what extra magic hours are is if you are staying on Disney property at a Disney hotel, you get to be in the park either early or later than it is to the people who aren't staying on property.
Yeah, you want to use those hours because they do a lot of cool extra things too during those hours. Like they do like the goodbye kisses at, you know, like, which is pretty cool if it's like late. Usually they'll run to like midnight sometimes.
Yeah, the goodnight kisses is a voice that comes on for the castle, and the castle changes colors and sparkles, and it's just all of the Disney World is saying goodbye to you on your way out. Extra magic hours for when we're going, I planned it so the first day that we're going, obviously we're going to Magic Kingdom because that's our favorite park. If you want to see that video where we reveal all of our favorites, click here. We're going to Magic Kingdom on our first day because it's our favorite, and because Magic Kingdom has 2 extra hours on the end of it for extra magic hours. And then our third day at Animal Kingdom, I chose Animal Kingdom on that day because it has an hour early opening for extra magic hours.
The next one is going to be planning your dining for those days, which kind of ties into the planning the days. Disney, if you are staying at a hotel, gives you the choice to plan 180 days in advance for any kind of reservations you want to make.
That's a lot of days in advance. Yeah, it's a 7 a.m. Florida time, so that is 6 a.m. Texas time.
For us, right. It seems really, really early. It seems like it. But somehow, some way, this one will wake up at 6 in the morning. Somehow they all get filled up within like 20 minutes. You know, other people are doing the same thing for the most popular restaurants, so they go quick.
Every year that we have gone, we've gone to eat at the Be Our Guest restaurant for dinner. It's where Christopher proposed to me. We went there on our very first trip together. It was very special. So now I'm determined every single time to get a dinner reservation during the evening time. But it goes so quick. By the time I got to Be Our Guest, we had maybe 2 options at all.
They go quick.
It's the same with Cinderella's Royal Table, which is the restaurant in the castle. Scheduling your dining is really important, especially if you know that there's a restaurant that you want to get in and it's hard to get into that restaurant. I think we're kind of making it sound like all of the restaurants in Disney are hard to get reservations. That is not the case. Just
some are easier than others.
All of the character dining is kind of hard to get, and I would definitely recommend putting the time in and making those reservations. But there's always quick service options. It's not like if you don't make reservations, you're not gonna get to eat. There's always places to walk up, get a hot dog at Casey's with macaroni and cheese on it and bacon, that kind of stuff. So you're always gonna be able to eat.
The next little topic is gonna be the meal plans and the options you can do. There's 3 of them. You've got the quick service, you get the Disney dining plan, and then you get the deluxe Disney dining plan. And they each come with different variety of options.
The cheapest one is the quick service dining plan, and what that comes with is you get 2 quick service meals per person per day. And a quick service meal is a walk-up counter service restaurant like Casey's or the Harbor House Inn, where you just go up, order, they give you your tray, and you sit down. And you also get 2 snacks per person per day. A snack is anything on a menu item that has this symbol on it. I'll put it here, or maybe I'll put it here, or over Christopher's face.
Please, just do it on my face for the rest of the video.
And you get 1 refillable mug that you get at your hotel when you have the dining plan and you check in. You can buy that mug for $18. I wouldn't recommend buying that mug for $18. If you're gonna spend $18, I would get a cooler mug. The mug does come with all of the dining plans. The next one is the original Disney dining plan.
The Disney dining plan is kind of like the moderate one. So that one's gonna give you 1 quick service, it's gonna get you 1 table service, and get you 2 snacks.
If you wanna do like a brunch, you could do a quick service, and then for a dinner do a table service. And table service is where you have a waiter, they bring you stuff, you sit down and eat. It's kind of the fancier dining.
The deluxe dining,
it has 3 meals, and they can be either quick service or table service. And then it's got 2 snacks and the refillable mug, which all of them have.
So a good thing to keep in mind with the credit system for this, I think a meal is 2 snacks?
A meal counts as 3 snacks.
3 snacks. You can always ask any cast member at any time to scan it for you and let you know how many you got left. Or go on the app and check it out there. It's got it there too. So definitely kind of try and plan those if you're going to use any of these plans to work to your benefit.
Don't be wasteful with your snacks, basically. Don't use them just because you think that if you don't use them, they're going to go away. Because if you don't use all of your meals, all of your credits on one day, they roll over to the next day and the next day and the next day. What we like to do is at the end of our trip, we see how many meals and snacks, convert them all to snacks, and we go to places that sell the cake pops and Goofy's Candy Company bags, and we get a whole bunch. Like, we spend all of our snack credits and we bring them home.
It's awesome just to come back and still have something to munch on and remind you of what your trip was all about, because
you do get sad when you come home from Disney.
So it is pretty cool, like, to have those things with you. Like, we had some Halloween decorated Crispies and stuff like that on the way back home.
Jack Skellington cake
That was
pops.
so cool to have on the way back.
Yeah.
So.
Another thing to keep in mind is that a quick service meal includes an entree and a drink. And this year at Disney, the drink, if you are of age, can be alcoholic. And a table service meal includes an entree, a dessert, and a drink, which also can be alcoholic if you are of legal age, which is new for this year, and that's really cool, I think.
Get your drink on.
Drink responsibly at Disney. Disney is not a place to be drunk. You can do Disney without doing the dining plan, and if you're not staying on Disney property, the dining plans will not be available to you.
Yeah, you know, like it just makes it easier on you if you plan on eating in the park. You know, it's like more of a budgeting thing. So if you're really good at budgeting and you know what you're going to spend each time, and you know the menu and all that, and you can save money going that way, then go for it. You know, you probably can save a whole bunch of money just watching what you buy food-wise. But for us, with food and the way I am, I'd like to just grab it. You know, like, it looks good, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to be spending a lot of snacks at the Food and Wine Festival.
Yeah,
so
it's nice for us because we're not worried about spending all of the money that we have on food, and we can get gifts for the family or stuff for ourselves, souvenirs, and all that kind of stuff. It's just nice to have. But you, like I said, there's no way to do Disney wrong. This is just how we do it.
The Fast Pass is the next point we're going to talk about. Basically, the Fast Pass is a lifesaver, and use it as much as possible. It can cut the line ride by like a third. It can really help you out. You can make Fast Pass reservations 60 days in advance if you're staying on the park, and it's 30 days if you're not staying at the park. You get 3 a day per person. You schedule it on the app, and then you show up to the ride.
You scan your band.
Yeah, you scan your little band, it lets you through. If you use your 3 for that day, you then get what's called a rolling Fast Pass.
You do get 3 in a day, but they all have to be at the same park. And then you use those up, and then you have the Fast Pass you can use again and again, like Chris said, the rolling Fast Pass.
And also be on the lookout for rides that may have a short line while you're just walking around.
Yeah, don't waste a fast pass on a line that is usually short. Like, I wouldn't waste a fast pass on the People Mover or the Carousel of Progress or anything like that.
Yeah, use it for like the big rides. Like Toy Story Land's probably got some pretty long ride lines right now.
Pandora will have long lines for a long time.
Those are usually about 2 hours right now.
Mine Train is about an hour right now.
The next thing we're talking about is the Memory Maker. It's something I recommend. Jordan's gonna recommend. You don't have to do it. Same as the dining plan. Don't have to do it. But it's super cool. So what it basically is a service. Cast members can take your photo and the rides can take your photos as well. It sends it to your account and then you can download your photos. So instead of lugging around a camera or trying to find someone to take a picture for you, you just ask the cast member to get in line, to take your picture, they'll scan your band, and that's it. It's done. It's
on the app. Download the app, it's so helpful.
If you can get it, go for it. It's super awesome.
I recommend the Memory Maker 100% because you are at Disney, you are making those memories. You spent all that money to be there, you want to remember it. Take a picture in front of the castle, in front of the Tree of Life, in front of the tower, in front of the Spaceship Earth. You want all of those pictures. You want to see your sons or your nephews or your little brother's face when they ride a big, scary, fast ride. You want to be able to remember that forever by having a photo of it. Chris can attest, almost every time we pass a photo op that a cast member is taking photos at, and it's a short line, I'm like, let's take a picture. Now, some of them you get a photo and a video. The videos are so cute. The 2 videos that we got last year, and it might be more now this year, was First Mine Train and Tower of Terror.
They do like cool little animations now for them too.
I'll put ours in here.
1939. The Hollywood Tower Hotel was a star, a beacon for the show business elite. Until 5 people stepped through the door of an elevator and into a nightmare. Now that door has opened once again. For you.
Dig your mind the whole day through. To dig is what we like to do.
It ain't no trick to get rich quick.
If you dig with a shovel or a pick.
In a mine, where a million diamonds shine. Hi-ho! Hi-ho! Hi-ho!
Next point is what we suggest you bring to the park. There are some things you can't bring, so keep that in mind. Go to Disney.com and figure out what you can bring.
Don't be that person that holds up the bag check line.
What we recommend you bring is a water bottle. A reasonable one, like, you know, like preferably like a little filter in there or something. They've got a bunch of water fountains there at the park. Just keep filling that sucker up and drink a lot of water because it's hot, especially because a water bottle obviously isn't cheap like at any theme park. So,
and you can buy a water bottle with a snack credit, but that is wasting a snack. Don't waste your snack on a water bottle. It's nice to have water bottles too because you can have your water bottle in a line with you when you're standing in those sometimes 120-minute lines. I like to always have a poncho or an umbrella in the park, especially if you're going in the summertime. Florida's summer, it will rain almost every day, only for about an hour, but it will rain. So you can be one of those chumps that's standing in the gift shop waiting for the rain. The other option for that is to buy a Disney poncho or umbrella, and they're expensive.
Bring one from like a Walmart or Target or wherever you feel like, if you already have one maybe.
If you have an umbrella, if you have a poncho.
Next thing I'm going to recommend to bring is a backpack, preferably a comfortable one.
Thick straps.
Thick. 2Cs. For stuff you may want to carry around with you, or maybe you bought something and you just want to take it back to the room. I wore one consistently and it was always full of stuff, so.
You know, you can put your water bottle and your poncho and your umbrella in it. Another thing I would recommend, bringing sunscreen, because you're in the park for a long period of time and it is hot and some of the lines are outside.
Protect your skin.
Yes, it's very important. Don't get sunburn at Disney. There's not a better way to ruin your Disney trip than getting severely sun poisoned. Oh, and just a little quick side note, if you like to chew gum and you're a gum chewer, buy gum at your airport. Orlando International Airport does not sell gum. Gum is sold nowhere in Disney, not in any of the hotels, not in any of the parks. There's no gum. So if you are a gum chewer and you need gum, buy it before you get on your plane. We'll do another video on things you can do leading up to your Disney trip to maybe not make it so unbearable for you to be waiting to go to the happiest place on earth. Some things that I like to do are make ears. I have made every single pair of my own ears for all of our trips. I've never purchased a pair of ears. Making a countdown for your kids is another good one, but we'll make a whole nother video about that. If you want to see that, also let us know in the comments below. I hope that we helped, and I hope that you're going to Disney World. Jessica and David. Leave in the comments below, Jessica, let's go to Disney 2018. Do it.
Do it.
So that concludes our the way we plan our Disney trip. We hope it helps you, you know, get a foot in the door, like I said, planning your Disney trip. Go to Disney World. If you're thinking about it, go. It's awesome. It's a wonderful experience that I think everybody should enjoy. Even if you think that you are not gonna be a Disney person, you are a Disney person once you go to Disney World. It's just amazing. But we'll see you guys next time, and y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.